let's introduce our company's products, the KYT and EagleEye. So how we manage to detect malicious transactions and how we actually trace funds. So first, the KYT product. This one is built for AML compliance, so anti-money laundering, and it's an analytics platform. Global crypto crimes amounted to $13 billion for the year 2022. This also includes financial crimes. And money laundering accounts for 7.3 billion, and attack exploits is 3.6 billion. Pyramid schemes or rug pulls, $1 billion, and scams, $830 million. So we got all kinds of bad actors in crypto sphere. We have like money laundering, we have cross-border financing, terrorist financing, we have darknet trading, we have cybercrime and scam. And this calls for urgent regulatory compliance. In June last year, the Financial Action Task Force released a report in the application of crypto asset guidance. The new FATF report identifies key issues with cross-chain DeFi, non-custodial wallet, NFT, and travel rule compliance will be top consideration for the VASP compliance team. The virtual asset sector is fast-moving and technology is dynamic, which means continued monitoring and engagement between the public and private sector is necessary. FATF standards require countries to assess and mitigate their risks associated with virtual asset financial activities and providers, license or register providers, and subject them to supervision and monitoring by competent national authorities. Yeah, it's very complicated. They are trying to create more regulations to curb in those like unregulated Wild West, and most of those things like is quite new, and a lot of service providers are scrambling to react, and that's why we need those anti-AML, anti-money laundering products, services. So what are the advantages of Beosin KYT? It is the cryptocurrency AML compliance and analytics platform. It relies on 1 billion plus address tags. So basically, if in our Explorer, there's different addresses, for example, address from exchange. Like when you open a blockchain Explorer, like Etherscan, some of the addresses are not labeled properly. Like they don't have information. You just know how much assets they have, but you don't know who they are or what entities they belong to. But we have a comprehensive address label. And also blockchain big data analytics and AI technology to create cryptocurrency tracking and AML system that can help VASP build KYT and continuously risk assessment capabilities. This product helps clients avoid interacting with potentially risky or malicious addresses, and help client meet global regulatory requirements and avoid damage to client funds and reputation, and identify abnormal behavior. Moreover, the path tracing function can intelligently extend suspicious address to make risk verification easier. So for example, if an attacker knows that his address is under surveillance or is being labeled as malicious address, so he used a clean address and hop it to his address, new address, and then transfer to the exchange. Our system will automatically trace his new address and alert the exchange if his new address was sending money to the exchange, for example. And there's over 1 billion plus tags. We also use technology like pattern recognition and AI algorithms, which while accumulating entity tags that map 1 billion plus addresses to the real world to identify suspicious activities in crypto transactions and present compliance posture of on-chain activities for compliance visualization. This includes security attacks, dark webs, mixers, fraud, blackmail, gambling, etc. Yeah, we also monitor and update this OFAC sanctions list. So actually, Tornado Cash is in this list, and EU sanction list and UK sanction list to ensure the timeliness of data. We also provide a macro view of cryptocurrency compliance to inform decisions on setting compliance baseline and provide timely alerts when risk deviate from compliance baselines. Yeah, so address and transaction risk assessment. Based on big data and AI technology, KYT traces source and destination of funds in designated accounts, enable comprehensive, fast, and accurate data analysis. So we basically check the source and destination of the target account and where the source of funding comes from. So for example, if the account address comes like over 90% from a hacking incident, then he's probably the culprit. And if the attacker's funding is solely from Tornado Cash, then it is maybe a high-risk address. For example, if it creates a contract that can interact with certain protocols, that's potentially an attacker or arbitrager. Yeah, it makes real-time risk judgments on cryptocurrency transactions through a risk analysis engine and automatically gives risk recommendations while enabling a comprehensive assessment of transactions and address risks, locating specific risk points, making address and transactions more transparent, and helping users make the most informed compliance decisions. So this is address monitoring and alerts. A lot of the malicious address will stay dormant for a long time after the incident, hoping everyone will forget about them. We can set up this real-time monitoring and tracking. So if the assets start moving around, we can get alert notification to make sure that the relevant party take countermeasures. Yeah, so KYT is able to use analytical methods to monitor trading patterns. Different KYT solutions have different approaches to conducting transaction monitoring. Our KYT software includes cutting-edge technology that, when combined with Beosin Trace database, allows the KYT system to examine various trading patterns and check hundreds of risk indicators. It monitors the movement of a given account in real time and is the first to know the latest trading information of the monitored account. And it also provides tracking and investigate feature and complete higher level verification and on-chain survey screening. So we can basically survey an on-chain account and see his risk factors and how much trustworthy on-chain trustworthiness the account is.
Sorry, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What is your surveying technique? You do scraping or
Yeah.
do mass scraping of the on-chain?
Well, scraping means like website. We basically have nodes and we have those information about these accounts. And basically we create, like, for example, the graphs of like past transaction, like the source of funding and the destination funding. And basically it's the graph part.
Right.
Yeah.
Chain analysis does
Yeah,
that?
chain analysis does that. Yeah. I think they are the partner of US government, and a lot of the international crimes were being tracked down through chain analysis.
Right.
So a lot of really complex transactions. For example, last year there was a Bitfinex hacker got arrested. It happened like 2016, but the hacker got arrested last year. And basically, in the indictment, they put on like chain analysis as diagram that shows that the attacker moved funds into the darknet market, Alpha Bay, after the attack, and withdraw different address, and with all those like small like dots connected to a circle, and then he will get his address to other address and exchange for Monero and deposit exchange. So basically, those things are needed in like investigation and and further like court matters because it's evidence. Yeah. So I'm just going to do a few examples about a few addresses in our KYT and trace. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, so let's first look at this EagleEye. That's our company's product for security monitor. So we have different sections, and we have this news alert. So for anyone who's in Twitter, Twitter is always the earliest one to earliest channel to get the newest hack information. And yeah, a lot of researchers will like post on Twitter once they discover something abnormal. And the next part is a security monitor. So basically, we monitor some security transactions. We monitor the transactions on different chains, and we will put them in under the security monitor. And if the transaction involves our client, we will send out alert to their team. And if it's not, then we will dive into the transaction and see if it's an attack transaction or not. And the transaction will get this security score. For example, if there's large outflow, or for example, if a flash loan is involved, or so you can have different symbols. At flash loan, we have large outflows, and yeah, there's a different. Yeah, so there's also like privilege operation, like this is for like rug pulls, and exploit on the move is people who did the exploits and they start transferring their money. So also privileged transaction operation includes like change of owner, change of important parameters, like something that owner would only owners have the right to. But it could be the attackers, for example, if they get a hold of the private key, or for example, like the Poly network case where the attacker added himself to the keepers list by exploiting a bug. Yeah, so for EagleEye, we support currently 4 chains: the Ethereum, the BSC, the Heckle, which is the OKX chain, and the Polygon.
The 4B chain.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, 4B. So here's the projects that we also rate projects based on their security postures. So sometimes like if they have audit report, we add them, and if they're open source or not. So it's a good indication to for users to know like which project to trust and what protocols they want to invest in.
Jasper,
Yeah.
there is a Beosin Chrome extension.
Yeah.
Is it ubiquitous?
Sorry.
It says CRX file not readable.
CRX. Sorry.
This file, that one. When you scroll up.
Oh.
When you scroll up. Yeah, the next, there you go. You go to install.
You mean this one?
Yeah, the next one that's coming on the right. Yeah, this one.
Yeah. So there's a web browser that gives you like alert information. Yeah.
It's an error package.
Package is invalid.
Just FYI.
Can I get back to you later?
Yeah, sure. Just
Sorry.
FYI.
Yeah, so at the bottom is the different projects, and we rate them based on their code security and ecosystem security and what change they're in and what audits they have gone through. So here is our KYT product, and let's see some examples of how we check transactions. So in this example, we're seeing that this is a blackmail scam operator that has a very low security assessment. And we see the incoming and outgoing transaction of this address. So we can see the path of transactions, and when we drag through, we can see that he actually deposited some of his assets in a Polonix and some other sanctioned address. So if authorities want to investigate, they will go to this Polonix exchange and ask for identification information. And also, attacker got his fund from Bchecks, which is another point for investigation. Let's see some other examples. Yeah, and this one is another high-risk address. And here, it automatically pops up its transaction graph. We see that it is high risk because this address sends funds to address that's related to scam and darknet market, and something like scam phishing and darknet drugs. Yeah, those Bitcoin transactions are probably Bitcoin addresses are probably all related to malicious activity, and let's see this Ethereum address. So this one is actually a regular user, and we scored it as 100 because it's a clean account. Yeah, so it's also user. They go to BitPie and they got their money from Huobi and BitPie. So basically, this is probably a KYC user. Yeah, and our EagleEye platform has been also shared in more detail here. Yeah, it's a Web3 security monitor service it's up 24/7, and we have different dimension to assess project security posture. And we also do continuous smart contract security scanning, real-time risk transaction identification. And that's how we manage to analyze suspicious transaction in real time or when it happens, very fast. And crypto address monitoring. With EagleEye, investors and digital asset business can explore a project security status in detail, customize your security monitoring service, and receive risk notifications at any time. So the thing at the bottom is the Project Explorer. Users can explore the security status of blockchain projects in the system, discover the hottest projects with the highest market cap, learn the latest security news and alerts, and find the recently added projects. Users can search for items of interest and submit information about unlisted items. So it's also a community-based project. Yeah, and in terms of news alert, we not only scrape Twitter, we also scrape other Web3 media for the latest breaking news. Yeah. Feature is also included in the status. Through big data and AI, EagleEye evaluates the status of projects' code security and ecosystem security on a daily basis, reflecting the project's health status in a timely manner. It includes project-related risky transactions, chain platform security status, and necessary information disclosure, whale holders, changes in data such as coin price, trading volume, market capitalization, Twitter operation status, and project news. So to assess a project's level of decentralization, it's always useful to check the whale holders and how much percentage of assets they hold. And if it's too big of a percentage, that means it's rather centralized and the community involvement is not that great.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So what defines hot projects and what are the star ratings? What does it mean?
Hot projects means for example, there's a sentimental evaluation. For example, it's mentioned a lot in Twitter. Or if the project have a high TVL, that means a lot of money is flowing to the project. And also, it's up to user to submit. For example, if the user in the community feels like this project is hot, then he can submit, and we will monitor it under the project alert.
And the star ratings, what does that mean?
Star ratings depends on which part of the rating we are doing. So we're basically doing this, like how popular it is and what is the security posture. So if there's a lot of dimensions we evaluate in terms of code security. For example,
PancakeSwap is here as well. So
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah, PancakeSwap is really safe. I mean, I'm not recommending it, but it's relatively safe. I mean, it's basically based on a mature product that is Uniswap. It just runs on a different chain. Yeah. And in the previous example, PancakeSwap was providing flash loans for attacks, but there was no bug that's in PancakeSwap itself. Yeah. So recently, last December, which is like 1 month ago. Oh, sorry. There's also another important thing. Yeah. under features, there's also risky transactions. So we have this community-driven initiative that if users found any transaction to be risky or suspicious, they can submit it for further examination. And we basically discover a lot of security incidents this way by transactions submitted by community members. Last month, a project called Anchor was being attacked. So it's actually a very interesting incident because the attacker got almost $3 million in profits. But the funniest thing is an arbitrager using what the attacker performed and got almost like $15 million. So the attacker got way less than the MVV bot. And what happened is the Anchor Staking's ABNBC token project key was leaked. So the attacker modified the contract and minted a huge amount of token. Yes, and then attackers sold them. So this will, make the pair balance, the balance be really skewed, and the price dropped significantly. One MVV bot sensed this opportunity, and he used a few WBNB to exchange a large number of ABNBCs. And he discovered that in Heckle blockchain, which is a different chain, you can deposit a BNBC to. Oh yeah, Helio, yeah. In Helio, he can deposit this ABNBC to get as a collateral to get this like Helio BNB. So yeah, basically the MVV bot made that operation and sold the Hey token. So basically he deposited this ABNBC converted to Helio BNB and got Hey token, and then he sold the Hey token. Yeah. So basically, that was bad collateral because his collateral is worthless. It's fake token minted by this exploiter. Yeah. But the MVV bot didn't hack. He just arbitraged, but he gained five times more profits than the actual attacker. Yeah. But sadly, both the attacker and the MVV bot transferred their assets to Binance, which got frozen.
Karma.
Yeah.
Karma has it.
So this is another incident of private key bad management, and this causes the attacker to deploy his own malicious version of contract. And now, yeah.
So your platform will select, based on what selection criteria, to feature hot projects, to feature newly added ones, and then the security monitoring, and then you have an audit report as well, right? Of a particular chain.
Yeah.
So that audit report kind of like shows whether that chain is worth investing in or not, example.
Yeah, audit report, basically we like aggregate audit reports from other companies too, and upload that into our platform. Right. So some projects, they are not audited by us, but by other auditing firms, security firms, and we still upload their audit reports. And for projects with multiple audit reports, that means they've underwent multiple security audit. So that means they probably really care about their security. Yeah. Yeah, so this is what happened at the time when this Anchor event happened, what we saw in the blockchain EagleEye. We found the transaction in this figure, and it can be seen that the user purchased a huge number of ABNBC token with a small amount of BUSD. And this is actually the operation performed by the MVV bot because the attacker minted a lot of ABNBCs and causes the ABNBC price to drop. And from this abnormal price, we we determined that this A, B, and B, C was minted, like by some malicious party. Yeah, so like you can always take a look at this this platform, and we have different news compiled together as well. Yeah, so yeah. The hay was involved in that. That was in the Helio.
My question is,
Yeah.
when example an exploiter actually manages to exploit a certain amount of money, example, it's still tokens in valuation.
Yeah.
It's a stored value. It's not converted to a fiat per se.
Yeah.
Where the real crime happens or money laundering, etc.
Yeah.
Right? My question is, when it's stuck in that mode of stored value as a transaction, how does that work then?
You mean the attacker got tokens as profit?
Yeah, they put in Binance, but they didn't cash out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So these kind of crime stays within the platform, because the moment they cash out,
Yeah.
then the bank's KYC, AML will kick in, right?
Yeah.
If they try to liquidate or,
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to understand what is the incentive of doing something like that, because there's no output to liquidate unless there is a buyer or something. There is an
Yeah.
economy that actually
Well,
transacts in tokens.
A lot of hackers actually use the cross-chain bridge to transfer their assets to different chains in order to cash out. Yeah, because maybe one chain's liquidity is not enough. They will transfer out to other chains.
Other chains.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is end of my lecture. And do you have any questions? Yeah.
I have a question. Is there a way we can try the Beosin platform for free? Like, if
Uh,
you want to audit tokens using your platform, so can we get like some login details?
I don't know if I'm authorized to give, but like you can try it on my computer if you want.
No,
Yeah.
because I had to audit tokens as a part of my final year thesis.
Yeah.
I was wondering if I could compare like different platforms.
Yeah. I'll ask them, like, because I'm not in charge of that, so I'll ask my company and see if they can get you a free trial or something. Yeah.
Usually the school will have to write like a request
Yeah.
to get a free license or a trial license so that she can use.
Yeah.
And then there'll be some legalities involved in trialing that particular application.
Yeah.
You can ask.
Yeah. Is it just for like ERC token audit?
Only like the top 100 tokens.
Okay. Is it in solidity?
Is it?
Is it in solidity?
Yeah, all of them are in solidity.
Okay.
So just the smart contract quantity.
Okay.
My name's Akshi, if you ask.
Sorry.
I'm Akshi. I'm a final year. It's a part of my research thesis.
Okay. Okay. I'll definitely like ask on your behalf. Yeah. Just let me know after lecture. And in terms of the sorry, just yeah. So this is the end of lecture. If no one has more questions.
Just wondering, Beosin, do you provide both the tools, as in software as a service type of thing,
Yeah.
and also consulting, actually doing the actual investigation? You do both, is that?
Yeah, we do both. Yeah. We have a connection with a lot of law enforcement agencies and financial institutions like the Japanese financial institutions. Yeah. So they investigate like scams and money laundering, right, and like tax evasion, etc.
Okay. As far as features concerned for the transaction monitoring / wallet monitoring,
Yeah.
how are you compared to the premium product of chain analysis?
It's basically depends on like the partners, because chain analysis is mainly based in like North America and Europe.
Yeah.
So I think most of their clients, if not all, are based in America and US. And Europe. So and chain analysis only do the monitoring and trace. So they have a lot of proprietary technology that just focus on like tracing. So I can't compare all products to them, but like they definitely started earlier, and they had more partners per se in terms of international law enforcement.